Good morning. Yeah, thank God it's Friday. How are you, Awkward? Just trying to level up this tripod. Some. Missed an awesome live stream last night. Awkward. Fortunate enough to have a couple of wonderful singers come up and sing a cappella, which isn't an easy feat. They had no musical backup and they still sounded fantastic. You still have this brightest star in the sky out there in the centre of the screen, centre top. That's the one I was talking about last night. It's just always there. Brightest star. Hopefully by the looks of that horizon, it's going to be a good day. Hey Frugal Mama, good to see you. That stream was funny yesterday. We had Vivian Smiling. She's a lovely singer. She sings a lot more of the easy listening and 60s, 70s type easy listening. And then we had Sabama from Indonesia. He has a wonderful voice, reaching the high notes. It's fantastic. Hopefully today, I'll just give you a big spin around. Hopefully today, being Friday, we get the beach cleaner out. So hopefully today he's going to drop an extra bucket of sand up here at the dune. Maybe shape it a little more. Too Tall, how are you, brother? Thanks for coming. Too Tall, that's that star that I was talking about last night. It's always there, always very bright. There's the moon. Look, we still got the moon out. We had the full moon last night. It hasn't gone anywhere. Another half an hour, maybe we'll have a full moon and a full sun. A couple of cyclists getting ready. They're on their way. Gorgeous morning. Look at the water. A little bit of colour out there on the horizon. You see the start of Morton Island just there. There's a huge finger. Point of focus, there we go. There's the start of Morton. By the time winter comes, the sun will be rising about there in this last large hump. It's a full sand island, that one. Yeah, Richo. That was funny, that sculpture. That island's 28 kilometres away. Almost like glass, that water. Port of Brisbane. Down to Scott's Point. This morning we'll be looking at the sunrise at about centre screen. And it's going to be a beauty. No clouds interrupting. There's little wind, so it shouldn't blow the clouds up like it did yesterday. Of course, we're facing east here. Okay, it's not the sunset. Awesome. Sounds good, Rob. Do they pay you for it? Can't be bothered hanging around. Make sure you hit the like on the way in or out. Get a bit of time before the sun rises. See you later, Rob. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. As long as it's hands-free, brother. I don't want you getting any tickets for using your phone. It'll be a gorgeous day. We've got somebody in the water down there already. One of the worst times of day to go swimming. Feeding time for the fish. Plane taking off from the airport. Wherever it is. That's a big ass propeller plane. I don't know what sort it is, so let's call it a UFO, because I can't identify it. I'm saying it's a cargo plane, freight, mail sort of thing. Lady walking along the beach here now. She's after the gemstones. Nice enough lady, having a chat to. And now she's starting to encroach on my turf. Nice strip of the beach for gems. You get your own. Hey, Angel. Around for that. I can appreciate life's busy, brother. Give you a little tour here. We've got Morton Island just straight out here. There's the start of it. 28 kilometres away. I'm not sure what that is in miles. About 17 or something like that, maybe. I don't know. That buoy there, the marker that's in the middle of the screen, that's a kilometre away. The island behind it's 28. Another 27 behind that marker. So that's how big the island is. That's our tsunami buster. Down here, the next island you'll see, that's North Stradbroke Island. That goes off into the distance that we can't see at the moment, but it goes a lot further than what you can see. Here's the Port of Brisbane. Past the Port of Brisbane is those strobe lights you see there. That's the domestic or international airport. I forget which one it is. The two airports are next to each other. One's on the other side of it. Oh no, there's the other one there. These markers just here showing a bit of rock. There's some rocks out there. There's a couple of kayakers out there fishing at the moment. Down to the Scott's Point down this end. There's Scott's Point. And then you see the boat ramp. Boat ramp there. Greenie, good to see you. I missed out yesterday, Greenie. I had about 15 names on the beach. 15 lovely ladies in chat. While we were waiting for the sun to rise. I don't think we'll be waiting too long today. Not much cloud band there on the horizon, so we're not going to miss too much. Water's almost like glass. Where's he going? Going fishing. One little man in his boat. Two little men in his boat. Three little men in his boat. One second from the right there, there's another fellow in his kayak. Bit of rock sticking out of the water down there, that's what those buoys are for. Buoys. Excuse me. Vivian does have a very lovely voice. Awkward. And someone's not afraid to sing a cappella. You can only guess how good they'd sound with the backing of music. Yeah, it's the unfortunate part of it, isn't it? You know, commercial business doesn't care as long as they're making money. They don't care about their kids, or they have no foresight of their kids, of where the kids have got to live, as long as they're making money. There's a large boat out straight out. I can't see it at the moment. There's a large ship out there that refuels all the bigger boats that go into the port of Brisbane, and they do that so that if there's any fallout or any accidents or anything like that, it doesn't happen in the river. It happens out at sea. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. About 5 minutes away. And really these colours aren't being done any justice. Yep. I hear you, Angel. All that's changed now because they've had since before you were a kid until now, just continuing to pollute the rivers. I wouldn't eat anything out of the mouth of our river now. Catch and release is all right. That's my game anyway. I'm in it for the fight. I'm not in it for the feed. I'm not that hungry. There's a recycling plant, water recycling plant near the mouth of the river, and after it's cleaned the water, it spits it out into the river, and there must be something still in that water because the size of the fish and the amount of fish that you catch there is incredible. They're huge. And they're hungry, and they all hang around that water outlet. You see the centre of the screen there now, it's starting to get a little lighter. There's a little fish jumps right in front of us here. Starting to intensify out there now. When I was a kid, we in the mouth of the river, well, not in the mouth, but in not too far from it, we used to climb. Had a mate's father, he had an apartment just near the river, and a driveway went down to a pier where all the boats and yachts were tied, docked, and we used to didn't even know whose boats they were, but we used to climb the mast and jump off the mast into the water. Look at that glow. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to go for a quick walk and see if I can find any gemstones. See if I can't find any. I did a live stream of the full moon last night. Sitting down right in front of the camera was a nice little bit of agate gemstone. There's plenty of quartz on the beach. There's always quartz. Sometimes a bit of granite washes up, but I'd consider that as mud or dirt. You know, quartz is a gem, but Mrs. Supply, Mrs. Sunrise. Yes, that's right. Here you can see a classic piece of agate. And the actual agate's there on the inside. So we grind all that outer off, that layer. Grind all that off and get to the agate inside. Kayaker out there having a fish. Kimmy, we'll get that first beam of light coming straight out to you today, so get ready for it. Thanks, Greenie. Thanks for coming along. No, there's not much wind at all there today, as you can tell by the water. It is a good morning this morning. And I don't know why these waves have just picked up like that. No boats went past. Gorgeous morning out here today. Not a cloud in the sky overhead. And here it comes. Get ready, Kim. This one's coming to you. There's that beam of light. First ray of the day. Come on. Touch that shore. Come on. One continuous beam. The waves will bring it in. Just in time, Rich. Yeah, the first sunbeams just about hit the shore. Here comes the old boy Paddy. He walks the beach every day, cleaning up rubbish. Grew up in Redcliffe here. All his life is a wealth of knowledge. Might just have to mute for a moment to say g'day. You're always welcome, Kimmy. Hey Paddy, how are you?
Alright, keep going.
Yeah.
It's the first morning it's been like this for a long time.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have a good day. Did the moon rise last night?
Yes, I did.
That was a nice one. Oh, Paddy, he's a good guy, great guy. Hey, Hazy, good to see you this morning. Thanks for coming. Did you see the paddleboarder out there just going through the sunbeam? Where's Eric? Who are you talking about? Thanks for coming, Serink. See you later. I was just saying to Paddy just that if it wasn't so busy today, I'd have a busy day, I'd be out there this morning on the kayak. I got things to do. See that aura out there on the horizon. I love the view too, Hazy. And really this telephone, what is it, the S9 Samsung, really doesn't do the colours justice. When I grow up, I want to get a good video camera. There's a little tiny agate sitting in front of the camera. There's only one type of rock you can see through. Crystals. Good morning, Joan. How have you been? Speaking of crystals, gemstones. Had an awesome live stream on the full moon last night, Joan. If you want to take a look at that. I've got a jar full of little agates, little tiny agates. I've got a jar in water there. I put all the little ones in there. Oh, you missed the stream last night, girl. It was awesome. We had Vivian Smiling singing, and a friend of mine from Indonesia, Sabama, both of them singing a cappella, both of them fantastic voices. The rain. Well, you heard Sabama the night before, didn't you? Quivig, how are you, brother? Yeah, these are little tiny ones. Kimmy, I put them in the put them in a little jar of water. Now's the time to go looking for the gemstones though. Perfect time, low tide, just after the sun rises. So they're still sort of a bit wet on the beach and they shine. Oh, they shine. Found a piece of mookoit on the beach about 3 days ago, Joan. Something I didn't expect to see on the beach. Haven't you heard Vivian? Go to Vivian Smiling's channel. She's a fantastic singer, friend of spirits. Another agate there. Another piece of agate there. There's a bit of quartz. Quartz is translucent, but not as much as the agates are. And you see around the edges of that piece of quartz. Yeah, a lot of the quartz, little pieces of quartz that roll up like that. Thank you for watching, Kimmy. Thanks for coming. Thank everybody for coming. Quartz and agate are from the same, well, same family, so to speak. So I'll show you those on the palm and there. So your agate there's fairly translucent, more getting towards the clear. There's that little piece of quartz, more quartz. You can see the crystallization in the quartz also. And you can see on the agate there, the crystallization. But the quartz to me is just dirt. How high in the sky is it at your place, Cliff? What time you got? No, I didn't hit the mother lode. I wish I did. If I lived further up the beach, I'd have a constant supply of very large ones. They roll in from the Scarborough Reef. I like getting hold of the larger ones, but I also like getting the little tiny ones. The little tiny ones are like almost pre-polished. Little tiny ones I'll put in a Master Foods herb and spice jar and fill that up. And they sell for about 30-40 bucks. All it is just sitting here picking up little tiny round pebbles. Couple of swimmers out there. Still feeding time for the sharks. I mean fish. And the big and little fish. Ford Tech. Yeah, it's Friday already. 2 PM. Jeez, it's just about time for bloody tee off. It's about time to tee off, Cliffy, eh? Whoop. Friday, I might come and have a little bit of a drink with you later. It's funny though, I have one group of people that I go to their community, and they see me with a glass of rum in my hand and they think that I've had 50 glasses of rum. Or that I just don't put the glass down. They just think I'm always drinking, but I think I've told you before, Cliff, I only usually have a drink when I come on a stream. Come and socialise with other people and have a drink with them. My bad. So the swimmers get out there and they have a social event. Where are they? They just get out there. I think they take a cup of coffee or something out there with them. And stand on the reef. Stand on the reef and have a chit chat while they have a rest. Which is quite funny because all sorts of things grow on that reef. Spiny, sharp, needly things like sea urchins. A couple of paddle boarders. I never understand paddle boarding. Why not have a kayak? You can sit down. Good time for fishing too, Joan. This is the time of day that all the fish are feeding. Short ones and ones with sharp teeth in grey suits. Perfect time for swimming. And the sharks are actively looking for a feed. Here it's not so bad though, because of that reef just offshore there. So it acts like a natural shark net. TV, thanks for coming, girl. TV, you weren't here. You were in the background yesterday, I think. I was writing everybody's names down. I better write your name down. Hang on a minute. I don't know who saw the live stream the other day, but I found a teaspoon had washed up on the beach, and that's now my new sand stylus. Before that I was using a long, narrow seed pod. There's a lot of stone around here though, Ma. Not much sand at the moment. There you go, girl. Thanks for coming. Now GV's been on the beach. There's my bucket. So I'll plonk my ass on for the... See you, Jane. Thanks for coming. No, this is a bay. This is a bay, Kimmy. But an hour north, great surfing beaches. An hour south, fantastic surfing beaches. And on the other side of the islands, on the ocean side of the islands, is some fantastic beaches. This is Moreton Bay, which flows out into the Coral Sea, and the Coral Sea is then the forefront of the Pacific Ocean. Yep. We've got Ma sitting down here at the beach now. Guys and girls. Mia and Pia. Is that how I pronounce it? Let's drop your links down, everybody. Hi Letra, thanks for coming along. Good to see you, brother. I hope you got the gist of what I was trying to say yesterday. Halfwit, kia ora, brother. The bull sharks, halfwit, they're the main offenders. They're the ones that'll eat a tin can just to see what's in it. As with most sharks aren't out to eat humans. They just don't know what the hell it is, so they don't have any hands. They don't have any hands to grab hold of it and have a look at it, so they take a bite. Piece of petrified wood I've just picked up. Petrified wood. Wood that's turned to stone. Only a little piece, but it's just here. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, you'll be able to see the little rings down this end of it. Looks like no. Oh, yeah, that's a piece of wood. It's turned to stone. It'll be a gorgeous day. Shirley, thanks for coming. So you got a jacket now, so you can drop your link. Friday today, Shirley. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you. Thursday today, Friday. Yesterday live stream I said it was Friday. I was a bit tired, Guaps, from no sleep the night before. Caffeine induced awakening. I did have a good sleep afterwards though. I just woke up for your stream. Maybe I was a bit cranky. Gorgeous day today. No clouds in the sky. Very little wind. Very little wind. Calm and beautiful sea. I was just saying, if I wasn't as busy today, I'd go and get my kayak out and go for a paddle. No clouds anywhere. You see Morton Island. Shirley, you can see Morton Island out here. This island is 28 kilometres away. That dot there in the middle of the screen's a buoy, and that's 1 kilometre away. The island behind it's 28 kilometres away. Throughout the year, middle of winter, the sun will start rising here, and you watch it all throughout the months, start moving down to the middle of winter, or the middle of summer I should say, and then back up the island again for winter. Shirley, you got a link now, so you can drop your channel down if you like. There's Gilligan's Island. It was actually the first, when I was a young boy still at school, I would have been 15 maybe, 14. It was the first island, that was the first island that I went camping on alone without my parents. So me and a few schoolmates, we went over there at Easter time. All thinking we're Huckleberry Finns, and we went over there and minimal amount of food, a lot of fishing gear and everything like that, thinking we're going to catch all fish and stuff. At the end of Easter we were glad to get home, have a hot shower and get some food in our belly. Didn't catch any fish, starving. Some more paddle boarders out there. It is, and this is my front yard, Shirley. Here's my place here. There's my kayak ramp. Today the beach cleaner will be coming along, clean up all the seaweed and all the any rubbish that's on the beach. And I've got him in my pocket. I pay every so often. I give him a 6-pack of beer, and then he'll put an extra couple of buckets of sand on the mound over here on my kayak ramp, and he'll once he's done that, I'll get him to compress it, and then I'll shape it. So I use that to wheel my kayak down the driveway, across the street, across the path, and down into the water. And this point up here, you see that's up near the Surf Lifesavers Club there, all the way down where these swimmers are swimming, all the way down to Scott's Point down here. There's a reef, a natural reef that runs parallel offshore. And it forms like a natural shark net. Thank you very much. So yeah, there's I'll give you a profile of it. Kids are always here trying to destroy it. We come across the street, across the road. It's on a little trailer. I made a trailer for it. Then tip it off the trailer and down the ramp out into the water. Sometimes in the middle of the summer I'll come across here. I'll bring my hammock across, big double hammock, and I'll tie it up right here. There's me there's me hook, and it'll go from there across to here. I got a chain, I'll wrap the chain around that and then hook that onto the other end of it. G'day matey, how are you?
Yes.
My friend the dentist. Maya Muntag.
What's happening?
I've just done the sunrise today.
It's good.
I was just explaining to the on the live stream at the moment.
Live streaming.
I was just explaining to the people that the boat ramp here.
I'll chatting some of the girls now.
Yeah. My friend, the local dentist, he's out here. Say good day to the people. He's out here riding his bike. Here today we've got people from Brazil, we've got Americans, we've got people from Philippines. Yeah. We've got the Caracas Islands and Turk Islands over in the Caribbean. Well, shout out where you're from, everybody, if I haven't mentioned. California, Miss DJ Lee, good to see you. Thank you for sharing this out, Shirley.
Okay, mate.
You have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Filipino. He comes down here in the gazebo and has barbecue sometimes. That's where I met him. He's a great guy, funny guy. He's a dental technician up in the up at Kippa-Ring, different part. This boardwalk here, you see that people walking along. It'll go. It goes all the way around the peninsula, all the way down here, all the way up and around, back to the bridge. Goes over the bridge. It actually forms part of the Moreton Bay cycleway. And this, believe it or not, this will go all the way around. It goes over the bridge, around that piece of land there, all the way about an hour's drive if you were to drive there. There goes the first bus of the day. And along the boardwalk here, you'll let's go for a walk and see if we'll see one. It's actually got markers, and it's from the bridge at the other side of the peninsula. When I say the peninsula, so it'll go all the way around, and the land joins around here, and goes all the way around, and the land joins around here, and that's the only natural way on and off the island. But they've got a bridge that was built probably 100 years ago. They've updated it, of course. But here we are. There's a couple of markers here. It's about 6 kilometres away from the bridge via the pathway. Everybody goes to their morning walks and rides and watches the sunrise as they're walking along. We got Commander in chat. Good to see you, Commander. Blondie, he's a funny guy. He's that dentist there on the bicycle. He's a great guy. I think that's about the third time he's stopped taking photos of me and him together. comes down here for barbecues. He doesn't bring his wife down. He brings his other lady friend down. Yeah, he is a funny guy. Yeah, his wife doesn't come to the barbecues. His girlfriend comes to the barbecues. He lives up near the boat harbour up there, Newport. So perhaps that's why he comes down here to have barbecues, so he doesn't shit in his own nest, so to speak. I think that's the saying. Shirley, you missed the full moon last night. You might like to go and take a look at it. Let's go for a walk and find some gemstones. Usually find them along the tide lines. High tide and low tide. Low tide after the storm's the best time to find them. Here we go, there's a nice one here. Nice crystal agates. Nice sized bit of popcorn guaps. That's the agate. Yeah, how translucent that is. I'll find you a piece of quartz now. Quartz is like dirt. And you'll see same the silica based, silica sand based, that's how it's formed. Get all the different colours from it from the different chemicals from the volcano. The last volcano we had is about an hour and a half north. It's been extinct for 22 million years, 22 or 23 million years. So the volcano erupts, spits out all the lava, which turns to obsidian, by the way, which is a natural glass. And then when it hits the ground, the hot lava liquid will hit the ground and dig into it like that. And because it's lava hot, it doesn't get the crust on it, but all that sand and dirt around it encrusts on it, bakes onto it. This one here, and then from there, when it rains, it'll wash down off the mountainside that it's landed on, wash down into the creeks and the valleys. Then the creeks will go out into the river, and then from the river it'll go out into the sea, and the currents and tides wash it back up on the shore. So that's how long it takes to get here. Here's one I found a little earlier. So you can see on this one, that's all the baked on crust around it that it landed in. And you can see that agate there in the middle, in the crust. Would have started out a lot bigger than this, and now then it's rolled around and washed around, broken that edge off it, washed up on the shore. Another interesting fact, this is a bit of, the different chemicals give it the different colours. This one's a bit of quartz by the looks of it. But it takes 4,200 years to make an agate. I've got one in my locker at the Gem Club that's it's called an anhydro agate. And what it is it's sealed up. The top is sealed up in it before it's dried. And when I roll that piece of agate around, it's a clear piece, a translucent piece. But as I roll it around, I can see the air bubble in it, and in the air I can only see the air bubble because the air bubble's sitting in liquid. So it's sealed before it could dry inside. so then it seals up and just remains like that. So inside of that's going to be the gemstone. Well, actually, look at that. You can see the gem in there. And that's the encrusted dirt that it landed on in the mountain. There's another form of agate that we get here. I call it sheet agate or plate agate, where it's completely flat and there's a little biscuit of agate in the middle of it. And what's happened with that one is it, instead of a big blob landing and being encrusted like that, what happens is it lands like a splat and splatters across the ground like a puddle, and then it gets encrusted, baked on. Another thing apart from gemstones that I find on the beach here is black coral. That's a rare form of coral. Most of the coral that you'll find is it'll dry up like a bone colour when it's dead, but the black coral dries up and it dries up a black colour. You can see that one there on the inside of how it's encrusted. Lovely couple there walking their dog. I just gave them a smile and they kept walking. Last time I saw them, I was writing names on the beach, and as I'm writing a name here on the beach, and as I pulled back to pan out to have a look at it, she's walked straight across the writing. Naturally a big argument ensued, and as they're walking away, he starts calling out names, starts name calling. Fantastic. So there's your normal piece of coral. That's like a bone colour, like that, like a piece of bone. That's your normal colour. And then occasionally I'll make a collection of the. There's a piece of quartz. Look at that. Quartz. Yeah. As you can see, this quartz got some agate in it. Interesting piece. I'll throw that in the tumbler. There's nothing good for nothing else. Thank you all for coming. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Fantastic full moon last night. Live stream was great. I had a couple of people come up and sing a cappella while we're watching the moon shimmering across the water as it rose. The higher in the sky it gets, the more of a shimmer it puts on the water, until it gets overhead, and then the whole sea is lit up. Fantastic. Another little piece of popcorn, as named by Juan Letra. It looks like a piece of popcorn. Another little agate. You can see on this one how it started to close out. There's a little one. You see that, not quite a hole in the centre, but that's the last point of drying, is the ring around the outside of it. It's fantastic. I love living on a beach so you can just walk along and just pick up gemstones. one in perfect condition with whatever the clarity is of it, like a diamond. The perfect clarity is $100 a gram. So I feel very fortunate, blessed to be able to walk along the beach and pick up gemstones. Sorry I haven't been reading chat. I've been keeping my eyes on the ground looking for rocks. Frugal Mama, thank you for coming along. Hang on a minute, Kimmy. Kimmy, you got a jacket now. You're a moderator, so you can drop Sublime's channel down, or if you've got one of your own. I do like Mrs. Carmob's cooking. Cooking with Mrs. Carmob, I like that because being a bachelor. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming along, DJ Lee. Make sure you're all connecting with each other. Drop your links down. DJ Lee, don't read too much into me saying about things about the people like Bay and stuff like that. I'm only having a laugh. But yeah, so along here on the this isn't actually the high tide mark. There's another high tide mark along there. There's another high tide mark up there. This is sort of a different. There's a piece of granite. What's that? Granite washing up too. But the granite doesn't gloss up. It's very hard to cut. And when you polish it up, it's sort of got a sheen on it. It hasn't got a gloss on it. And then you've got the low tide mark. The low tide marks are usually a good place to find that. That's quartz. The low tide mark's usually the best place to find them. The agates, that is. What I'll do with the agate, when I find a piece of agate down there on the low tide mark, I'll put a mark in the sand. Put a mark in the sand like that, and then just walk directly up the beach and have a look around, because where you find one, you'll find more. There's another perfectly polished piece of quartz, rounded by the ocean, tides and currents. That's dirt. Quartz is dirt. Another lady here looking. She looks like she's looking for agates too. Popular place this for people doing that. A lot of them, they don't do anything with them. They just put them on the shelf at home or something. I don't know. But I belong to the local gem club, and that's where I go to work mine. I don't like them muscling in on my turf. These are my agate beats, my agates. Vivian smiling, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming on last night also, Vivian, and singing. Lovely voice. Everybody should have a jacket, so drop your links down. Make sure you're sharing, people. I'm going to end this stream soon. I'll probably just about out of, yeah, battery's getting down, so make sure you're sharing your links out. You've all got some wonderful streams. Fantastic content. There's a little geode. A little pocket with all the crystals in there. I don't know if you can see that, whether it's focused or not. Not too much glare on the screen. Yeah, here's down on the low tide mark. You can see the little crystals in there. And there's the closeout point where the drop seals over. Sometimes I'll find them with little bits of plant life in there, bits of fern. And another piece of quartz, I suspect. Yeah, nice colour though. There's another piece that's been encrusted. So on the inside of that, where you can just see there, it's been chipped open. A bit of popcorn. Looks like another collector up here in front of me. That's off a piece of sheet. See how it's sort of flat and parallel? That's what I call the sheet agate. And the encrusting's worn off both sides. It's probably a larger piece, a lot larger than this. But there's another collector up here. Muscling in on my turf. Fortunately for me though, being so local, I get first dibs at it. And I know the best times to come and get them. A lot of people don't, they just come down to the beach and hope it's the right time and tide. There's a piece of sheet. See how flat and parallel? That's what I call sheet. You can see the closeout point there. Closeout points are like where they form the geode, the little pocket on the inside. These little flat pieces, I grind them down and get the agate out of the middle, and by then it's only like a piece, little thin piece, and I'll grind that down and make guitar picks out of them. Make fantastic guitar picks. They're a real bassy sort of a sound. Well, more bassy than the plastic ones. And once I started doing that, with all different sorts of rocks. Stuff that washes up on the beach and other stuff that doesn't wash up on the beach. How you going? You finding some good ones today? I'm live streaming at the moment, so I'll just show them to your bucket here.
Yeah, some little crystals.
Yeah, we're getting some Charles Sydney agate out of here. Lovely. Any other ones?
No shells.
Some shells too, yeah.
Yeah, that's a crystal.
Fantastic. Awesome. There you go. So there's some more Charles Sydney agate. Mainly they're going to wash up being white, and then the different colours that you find in them is from the different chemicals and minerals that exploded with the volcano, or where they landed. See, it might be what's come out of the volcano, but it also might be where they've landed. There's a piece of half a scallop. Half a scallop. So it might be where they landed. It also gives it the colour in the encrusting. A lot of the red ones that I've found have a different colour on the outer. That's because of what they've landed in. So that the minerals with the chemicals forming different colours. Another piece of quartz here. See, it's got the red colour. Like I said, it's a close relative of it. They're both silica based. Quartz is like mud. We don't like the quartz. Alright guys, I think I'm getting into the red now. My screen's going dark. So I might thank you all for coming. Sign out. I'm going to run out of battery if I don't. Unless there's a little tiny one here. Oh, here we go. Alright everyone, I want to thank you for coming this morning. A gorgeous morning. And I'll see you all tomorrow at sunrise.